Hey guys, Nick, aka the one only Crisis YT, and this is a video that I've had a couple of people request, and it's about partnerships. Now, first off, I want to say if you're, a regular viewer to my channel, this might not interest you. If you never plan on making gaming videos at all, never plan on getting into, the whole commentary or even montage scene, but if you do, in the future, you might want to listen to this video. It might, help you out then. And you might want to come back to it or something like that, in the future. So you might want to listen to it, and you might learn something if you do plan on making, YouTube videos in the future. Not even maybe gaming videos, but just videos overall. So there you go. That's kind of my spiel there. Something else I want to say is I'm not a partner, and a lot of people, might say, well, if you're not a partner, how can you give advice on partnerships? How can you give advice on partnerships? Well, this week I've turned down 2 networks, and in the past I've turned down 10 plus maybe 15 networks now. And, even the top networks, I've turned down Machinima. I've turned down Yoush. I've turned down TGN. And these are all networks that I've turned down because I didn't like something about them. Now, there are there are networks out there that I have my eye on right now. And, I'm getting in contact with people. And I'm messaging people, and I'm emailing people, and I'm not, one thing you can't do is spam. Do not spam anyone who is involved with the network, because they get tons of emails anyway. If you spam them, they'll simply block you. But, just send them your channel, be like, hey man, is this good? If you see a network recruiter, boom, there you go, and you might get picked up, So, Twitter is an amazing thing if you want to get talking to network recruiters. Twitter is incredible. I've gotten in contact with a lot of people via Twitter. But nevertheless, you might be asking, why do you turn down these networks? Well, sometimes they're, CPM, which is how much you make per 1,000 views, is bad. Or sometimes, and when I say bad, I mean really bad. Like, worse, extremely bad. Like, there are networks out there have way better CPMs than this. So, that's what I mean. A lot of people might say, well, you're in it for the money if you turn down a partnership. How? Because this is your YouTube channel. This is something that you enjoy doing. This is something that you want to put your life into. I put my life into this. I've made over 200 videos with absolutely zero monetary return, and that's simply that is. That's it. That's simply it. If you say, since I've turned down networks, I'm in it for the money, no, not at all. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and jump into this. First things first, I want to say, if you're making gaming videos, you cannot, and I will say it one more time, cannot run ads via Google AdSense on your channel, meaning the normal YouTube partnership. Now, you upload 2 or 3 videos and you get a YouTube partnership. Yay, yay, yay. That's ran through Google AdSense and does not support gaming videos. I will repeat myself. It does not support gaming videos. You might be like, but I want to make money on YouTube. If you're only here to make money, then get out. And I know that sounds kind of harsh, but you have to do this because you love it, because you do not walk straight into a YouTube partnership. Or a partnership, that actually will get you somewhere. That's a network partnership. And every network I've seen, at least 1,000 views. I've seen one that's 750 views per day, and the rest are at least 1,000. I've seen some. For example, the Game Station, I can say this because it's open. I'm pretty sure it's 50,000 views a day to get on their network now. So yeah, it's simply that. It's a lot of time and dedication, and you have to want to make these videos. You have to enjoy it before you get anywhere as far as monetary wise. I could have probably gotten partnered. I think it was around 110 videos. I could have gotten a partnership, and I decided to play the market, and that's what I encourage you guys to do. Play the market. Okay, play the market. Read a lot of contracts. Make sure that you compare networks, and in the future, you've turned down more networks than me, and now you can go back and you have these connections in the gaming industry and the network industry, I guess you could say, the partnership industry, that you can go back and talk to these guys about partnership, and maybe they'll pick you up. Sure, some of them might be like, well, you turned me down once, there's no reason for me to pick you back up. Well, that's okay. That's okay. And you got to move on. You got to take losses and move on. So there you go. But basically, I wanted to talk about CPM and what a flat rate versus a variable CPM is. So a CPM is what you make per 1,000 views. So for example, X network, you make $5 per 1,000 views, or whatever. Every 1,000 views you make a $5, no matter what. And that is going to be a flat rate CPM. So a flat rate CPM is no matter what, you are going to make $5 per 1,000 views. No matter what the network's making, no matter what, you're going to make $5 per 1,000 views. There's no change in that. It's written in the contract, okay? And then you have a variable CPM. So, variable CPM could be, for example, you make anywhere from 75 cents to $8 per 1,000 views per video. So it varies on what video you have. It varies on what ads, the network is bought and has running on their network right now. So that's what a variable CPM is. It varies. It's never the same. And it changes it's maybe the same for a week and then it'll change, and it's maybe the same for a week and then it'll change. But the thing about variable CPMs is you cannot exactly predict what you're going to make for the month, whereas flat rates you can. So if you're looking for, this is my opinion, if you're looking to do this for a living, professionally, I guess you could say, living off of this, then it'd probably be best if you got a flat rate CPM, whereas if you were planning on, doing this for a hobby, just on the side, variable CPM, not really caring how much money you make, just extra money, then go with that. So, I'm not going to say what networks have a flat rate, what networks have a variable, but what I will say is there's enough of both. So there's an even amount, it's kind of up to you. What really changes networks, what really makes networks different is either, who they're with. For example, Machinima, Curse, the Game Station, and there's other networks out there, I just can't think of them off the IGN are all independent networks. They don't have any company that they're really working with, minus, besides YouTube and Google. So, those are the only ones that they work with. They work with YouTube, they work with Google, that's it, obviously. Okay. These networks are, buy their ads simply for just their network. Every ad they get is going straight into their network, and they're making, just that money off of the ads that are for the people that are on their network. Whereas, there's networks out there who are through other companies. For example, there are a lot of networks showing up through broadband TV, BBTV. Now, that is okay, that's great, but there's an ad team at BBTV buying for all these networks at once, which then, makes it, spreads it more thin. It spreads it over a lot of different networks, and the money is going to a lot of different places. Whereas a lot of times you can make more money as a YouTuber off of these networks like Machinima, Curse, the Game Station, places like that, IGN, places like that, who are just buying ads for one network themselves, other than, other networks out there who are not on their own, not independent networks. They're dependent networks on broadband TV, there are some networks out there through other network companies. For example, what I don't consider a dependent network, Yoush, I don't consider them a dependent network. I consider them more independent, and the reason is because Fullscreen, it's their only gaming network. As far as I know right now, Yoush is Fullscreen's only gaming network. I think they have a couple more coming up, but right now Yoush is the only one. The Game Station is through Maker Studios. That's another network. They Maker Studios only has the Game Station. So there you go. Boom. The Game Station is independent in my eyes. So yeah, that's what I see. That's what I think. Now that's all my opinion, but that's how I see it. Excuse me. Something else that really changes, contract and changes the difference between networks, and this is the only other thing, is the time on the contract. How long does the contract last? Does it last, 7, 8, 9, 10 years? Does it last, 1, 2, 3 years? Does it not have a term limit? There are contracts out there in networks that don't have term limits. Is it lifetime? There's tons of different contracts out there that have different term limits, and it's really just which one you want. Do you want to be with this network for, 7 years, 8 years? Do you want to be with it for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, whatever? How long do you want to be with this network? Or do you want to have independence? Do you want to be like, I can leave at any time, I feel free, I don't feel strapped down by this network, and I'm a free bird flying, I can leave this network at any absolute time? So, that's kind of the difference there. So, yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. There's really nothing else I can say. If you have any individual questions, please post them in the comment section below. I'll be sure to look at them and be like, boom, baby, that's the answer to that question. If I know it. If I don't know it, I'll admit that. I'll be like, I'm sorry, I really don't know the answer to that question. Maybe ask somebody else. So, yeah, guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. It'll really help me out. Also, favorite it if you really learned something from this video. If you really learned something and you were like, okay, wow, this helped me out, favorite it because you might want to come back to it later. Obviously, you don't have to do either of those. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm CrisisYT, and I'm out. Peace.